Hello and welcome to Express News with me, Deepika, your daily half-an-hour window that brings you 100 news and updates from the country and the world in 30 minutes. Let's begin. A report released by S&P Global on Thursday stated India is set to become the third largest economy by fiscal year 2030-2031. India recorded an 8.2% growth in the fiscal year to March 2024. The projected annual fiscal growth rate is 6.7% this year. India's inflows into bonds have also surged after it joined major emerging market indexes. US-India Partnership Forum head John Chambers had said that Indian economy will probably be 90 to 100% larger than China by the end of the century. India has also become the third largest destination for global cross-border capital targeting land and development sites, according to Collier's Global Capital Flows report. Indian equity indices ended on strong note with Nifty up by 375 points at 25,791, while Sensex was up 1,359.51 points at 84,544.31. The FMCG and consumer durables indices also showed record high gains at 65,631 and 43,598, breaking their own previous records. India's President Draupadi Murmu inaugurated the centenary celebrations of ICAR National Institute of Secondary Agriculture in Ranchi, Jharkhand. Addressing the gathering, President Murmu said this is the time of disruptive technologies. While we must take full benefit of them, we must also beware of their harmful effects. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi opened a grand exhibition in Wardha in the western Indian state of Maharashtra. The expo put up a display of all 18 trades run under the Prime Minister's Vishwakarma scheme. Prime Minister Narendra Modi released credit to 18 beneficiaries under 18 trades and issue certificates. The Prime Minister also released a commemorative stamp to mark 1 year of the project. Prime Minister Narendra Modi laid the foundation stone of various projects, including that of a textile park in Amravati, and launched the Acharya Chanakya Skill Development Centre scheme. India's Home Minister Amit Shah on Friday appealed to Naxals to give up violence, lay down arms and return to the mainstream of the society. Addressing the victims of Naxal violence from Chhattisgarh in New Delhi, Shah noted that Naxalism is a threat to both humanity and internal security of the country. Second edition of the Global Food Regulators Summit is underway in New Delhi. Delegates from over 70 countries and 30 international organizations are participating in the summit. States of Kerala, Tamil Nadu and Jammu and Kashmir bagged the top honours in the State Food Safety Index for the year 2023-24. Nagaland bagged the best food practice states from the Northeast region. Global Food Regulators Summit provides a unique platform to food regulators of various nations for exchanging information on food product regulatory and safety requirements. India's Minister of Ports, Shipping and Waterways, Sarbanand Sonowal, participated and emphasized on the importance of cleanliness and community service in the eastern Indian state of Assam. The Indian Army has signed a Memorandum of Understanding or an MOU with Tiranga Mountain Rescue in New Delhi for advancing Indian Army's rescue and survival operations in mountainous terrains. Tiranga Mountain Rescue will collaborate with the Indian Army in conducting customized training programs for Army instructors, aiming at improving their ability to mentor troops in avalanche rescue and survival skills. Junior doctors in West Bengal on Thursday evening decided to partially withdraw their strike and resume essential services. The prolonged 42-day strike had significantly impacted the healthcare sector. The National Clean Ganga Mission's Pavilion has unveiled a new initiative called the Smart Laboratory on Clean Rivers project at India Water Week 2024. This groundbreaking collaboration between the National Mission for Clean Ganga, Indian Institute of Technology Varanasi and Denmark brings together cutting-edge innovation in river rejuvenation and water management. The US stocks surged to a record high close on Thursday, buoyed by the US Federal Reserve's decision to cut rates by 50 basis points. Dow Jones and the S&P 500 both closed at record high. The Fed cut rates kicked off an easing cycle that is widely expected to see rates drop by a total of 125 BPS by the year end. The S&P 500 gained 1.7%, while the Nasdaq Composite gained 2.51%. US Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen has supported central bank's decision to slash interest rates, calling it a very positive sign for where the world's biggest economy stands. In a separate speech on Thursday, US President Joe Biden said that the Fed lowering interest rates is a signal that the US has entered a new phase of recovery, though stressing that there remains more work to be done. The Bank of Japan kept interest rates steady on Friday, and its governor said it could afford to spend time eyeing the fallout from global economic uncertainties. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be on a 3-day visit to the United States of America from 21st till 23rd of September and will participate in the UN Summit for the Future in New York. During the visit, Prime Minister Narendra Modi would join world leaders at the upcoming Quad Summit, and he would also address a gathering of Indian diaspora in New York. Sri Lanka will vote on Saturday in first presidential poll since its economic collapse. 38 candidates are in fray for the post. Incumbent President Ranil Wickremesinghe is seeking a re-election while he is challenged by Samagi Jan Balivigaya candidate Sajith Premadasa and Anura Kumara Disanayake from National People's Power Alliance. The United Nations Security Council is set to hold an emergency meeting on Friday over the pager blast in Lebanon targeting the terrorist group Hezbollah. Slovenia's UN Ambassador Samuel, President of the 15-member Council for September, said that the meeting was requested by Algeria on behalf of Arab states. US and the UK expressed deep concerns over rising tensions and civilian casualties in Lebanon and called for restraint after thousands of Hezbollah communication devices exploded. Tel Aviv has intensified attacks on southern Lebanon, launching dozens of air raids, while Israeli army said airstrikes hit hundreds of rocket launcher barrels ready to be fired towards Israel. The European Union chief Ursula von der Leyen arrived in Kyiv on Friday to offer support ahead of winter. European Union will lend 35 billion euros to Ukraine as part of G7 pledge. US congressional leaders and President Joe Biden's administration are nearing an agreement to extend $6 billion in military aid to Ukraine. The aid is due to expire this month. The European Parliament has passed a non-binding resolution urging European Union member states to allow Ukraine to use Western-supplied weapons. Resolution adopted with 425 votes in favor calls for lifting restrictions. Moscow swiftly condemned the vote. However, Ukraine hailed the resolution as a bold step, with Foreign Minister Sybiha praising Europe's leadership for Ukraine. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is set to visit the US next week. He's all set to meet President Joe Biden, Vice President Kamala Harris. He also plans to see former President Donald Trump. During his visit to the United States, Ukrainian president plans to present his victory plans to end the war during talks with Biden and Harris scheduled for 26 September. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz's Social Democratic Party stronghold Brandenburg goes to polls on Sunday. The upcoming poll is a strong contest between Scholz's party and far-right party Alternative. In Mexico, drug cartel member was arrested in an operation by Mexican Army and National Guards in Sinaloa. In a historic visit by a South Korean president in 9 years, Yoon Suk-yeol is on a 4-day visit to Czech Republic. Yoon held a meeting with his Czech counterpart, Peter Pavel. The two leaders agreed to step up cooperation in all areas of economy and security as the two sides will mark 10 years of bilateral strategic ties next year. Irish police arrested anti-immigration protesters after the march. By the end, around 500 anti-immigration protesters to the Irish Parliament. European Union pledges billions in swift aid for flood-stricken areas of Central Europe, even as north of Italy is hit by the tail end of storm Porus. European Union Chief Ursula von der Leyen visited a flood-damaged region in southeastern Poland and met with the government heads of affected countries such as Poland, Austria, Czech Republic and Slovakia. The massive flooding Central European countries has claimed 24 lives so far in the Polish city of Wrocław. Social media platforms were used to inform locals about the flood threat. Over 14,000 Polish soldiers have been deployed in flood-hit regions with armed forces using helicopters to evacuate people and strengthen flood defences. Cleanup operations started after devastating floods hit Emilia-Romagna for the second year in a row. In Hungary, towns were dealing with the rising Danube River as water level is expected to rise on Saturday. People of Budapest raced to build defences. The Danube is expected to peak around or slightly above 8.5 meters in the city. Budapest has closed Margaret Island, a recreational area with hotels and restaurants. Shanghai residents waded through flooded streets after torrential rain and strong winds from tropical storm Pulasan hit China's eastern coast. Meteorological department issued rainstorm warning. Tropical storm Saulek triggered heavy rainfall in Thailand's Nakhon Phanom. Officials rushed water pumping operations into the Mekong River. Tropical storm Saulek over central Vietnam is forecasted to bring isolated heavy to very heavy rainfall to several parts of Thailand for the next few days. A series of deadly wildfires in Portugal has overwhelmed emergency services. Hectares of forest and scrubland were consumed by wildfires. At least 7 people have died due to the blazes in the Aveiro and Viseu districts, with dozens of houses destroyed. Authorities have mobilized more than 5,000 firefighters. The Ecuadorian government implemented nightly power cuts due to power crisis resulting from drought. The drought has caused water levels to plunge, affecting hydroelectric plants. Residents of a flood-hit town in central Italy were shocked on Thursday as a storm system caused devastating floods in Emilia-Romagna for the second consecutive year. In Frankfurt, the Office for Microclimate Cultivation is tackling the challenges of summer heat and urban heat islands. The innovative vertical greening system features diagonally suspended plant sails designed to maximize shaded areas and boost biodiversity in the city. Mexicans participated in the annual earthquake drill across the capital of Mexico City on Friday. The drills took place on the anniversary of the devastating earthquakes of 1985 and 2017. Researchers recovered the corpse of a baby dolphin on a sandbank in an Amazon lake on Thursday as the region faces its worst drought on record. A series of devastating wildfires fueled by scorching temperatures and relentless droughts has inflicted profound losses on Brazil's treasured national parks. On a Kenyan beach, newly hatched sea turtles emerged from their nests, beginning a perilous journey to the ocean. Conservationists from Early Birds Panda guided the tiny turtles safely over the treacherous sands of Mombasa, ensuring they reached the waves that would carry them towards their ancient maritime destiny. A cultural event hosted by China's Jingdecheng city has brought the ceramic art along with its thousands of years history and tradition to London. In a remarkable showcase, 3-year-old German artist Lorenz Schwarz is holding his first vernissage in his hometown of Newborn. At the Milan Fashion Week in Italy, the Women Wear Spring-Summer 2025 collection captivated audiences with its playful take on distortion. Chile's military parade took a delightful twist on Thursday as uniform-clad dogs marched alongside the soldiers, charming the audience. This year's event in Chile featured the country's police force's canine unit, celebrated for its exceptional training and expertise in detecting drugs and explosives. A new meme featuring Mu Teng, a baby pygmy hippo, has taken Thailand's social media by storm. The 2-month-old Mu Teng, affectionately dubbed the bouncy pig, lies on the ground and begins to walk, only to stop in her tracks when the Thai national anthem plays. The Berlin Zoo announced that the twin giant panda born there are thriving, each now weighing a healthy 1 kilogram. In Australia, the Gold Coast will showcase a vibrant display of feathers, sequins and courage as a group of burlesque dancers takes the stage. William, the Prince of Wales, visited the Aberdeen office of the Shelter Scotland charity on Thursday as part of the visit centred around homelessness. Prince William interacted with the charity staff and those who benefited from the organisation's help. The replica of the Dharahara, an iconic monument of Kathmandu, has opened for the public. It happened 9 years after it was collapsed in 2015 earthquake. Actors Chris Hemsworth and Scarlett Johansson attended the European premiere of Transformers 1 in London on Thursday. Comedian Will Ferrell has embarked on a road trip documentary project where he learns about his long-term friend and fellow Saturday Night Live collaborator, Harper. Hollywood horror film Never Let Go released worldwide on Friday. The film star Halle Berry, she plays a mother protecting her twin sons from an evil force. Hollywood comedy thriller Wolves released in selected theatres on Friday. The film star George Clooney and Brad Pitt. The film will be available on Apple TV on September 27. Oscar-winning Italian film star Sophia Loren turned 90 on Friday. Born in the year 1934, she won an Oscar from a non-English speaking country for the Italian film called Two Women. The first look of the behind-the-scenes shot of the second series on Wednesday came out. The acclaimed series will return on Netflix in 2025. The Indian version of The Night Manager, starring Anil Kapoor and Aditya Roy Kapoor, is the only Indian entry to get a nomination in the drama series category at the International Emmy Awards. Tamil web series Thalai Vettiyan Palayam dropped on streaming platform Amazon Prime Video on Friday. It's a remake of the popular Hindi web series Panchayat. Hindi action film Yudra released theatrically on Friday, directed by Ravi Udyapur. The film stars Siddhant Chaturvedi. India celebrated National Cinema Day on Friday. On this day, movie tickets prices are reduced, allowing the filmgoers to see popular films for a significantly lower rate. India dominated day 2 of the ongoing first test match against Bangladesh. India scored 81 runs for 3 wickets at stumps on day 2 in their second innings after bowling out Bangladesh for 149 runs. Fast bowler Jasprit Bumrah achieved a major milestone on day 2. Bumrah became only the 10th Indian bowler and the 6th Indian pacer from the country to complete 400 wickets across all formats in international cricket. Ahead of Women's T20 Cricket World Cup, injury scare haunts Team Australia's all-rounder Ashley Gardner pulled out from Australia's playing 11 for their T20I match against New Zealand. Rajasthan Royals appointed former Indian opener Vikram Rathore as team's batting coach ahead of IPL 2025. India star player Sunil Chhetri on Thursday became the joint all-time leading goal scorer in Indian Super League's history with Bartholomew Ogbeche with 63 goals. In UEFA Champions League, Barcelona made a disappointing start as they lost their opening encounter by 2-1 to AS Monaco after suffering an early blow from defender Eric Garcia's dismissal. Arsenal goalkeeper David Raya blocked penalties with a full stretch dive to help his team split points in UEFA Champions League opener against Europa League champions Atalanta. A late header by defender Jose Maria gave Atletico Madrid a 2-1 victory over RB Leipzig in their Champions League opener on Thursday. Graham Arnold has resigned as the head coach of the Australian men's soccer team after 6 years in charge and following two recent poor performances by Socceroos in 2026 World Cup qualification. And Los Angeles Dodgers sluggish Shohei Ohtani became the first MLB player to hit 50 home runs and steal 50 bases in a single season following a stunning display of strength and speed in Miami. And with this, it's a wrap here on Express News for now, but news and updates will continue here on DD India. So don't go anywhere, keep watching and keep tracking DD India for all latest news and updates from the country and the world. Thank you so much for joining us right now. Namaskar.